Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and welcome back to a Wednesday live stream. And the funny thing is that, as some people guessed in the chat, yes, I've just done a 15-minute run through of the newsletter of everything that we're talking about in the stream. Only to realize that people in the chat going, "Where's Wozza?" And I'm like, "Is my camera working? Have I done something wrong?" And I've not even pressed the go live button. Brilliant. Wow. Noob. Well, anyway, we are here. So apologies. Thank you for everyone for tuning in and staying with us while I waffled onto myself. But yes, that was quite amusing. That's one for the bloopers reel. But yes, so this week, obviously we're covering the newsletter as usual, and we're going to be talking about the new war effects coming to Transformers Earthwars. Super hard war effects that are coming soon, hopefully next week, I think it is. So yeah, super pumped for these effects. Cannot wait. And I sort of touched upon this last year, and I talked about defenses being able to, change them like the MDS and having every single defense be interchangeable. And we got that with the MDS, and now we're going to a whole new level where the MDS will control your base. And I cannot wait for that. It's absolutely amazing. It is hard. Don't get me wrong, guys, but super pumped for this. And we'll talk about the reasons why we've gone maybe even a bit hard, because some people may be thinking, well, it's already hard for me already. I'm already struggling maybe. And, I think we need to sort of progress the game a bit. And we'll talk about that as well and some of the issues with that. We were supposed to cover the new bots today, but we have had a couple of issues with the bots in testing. It was a bit of a last minute thing. We'll talk a bit about that as well. And talk about my frustrations with that, to be honest with you, as well. But looking forward to these bots. Looked really good. I'm really pumped about these bots as well, and I can't wait as well. But yeah, let's say some hellos in the chat again. I've already gone through them once. But yeah, we've got Chris Taylor, we've got Matt Poley, we've got Atari as well. We've got Chris Lewis, one of our members. Don't forget, guys, you can hit the members tab and be a member. Just click the members tab on my channel page. I love how I'm going through all this again. It's amazing. We've got Alpha Tryon. We've got Bricks Motion, Penny Lancaster, Berserk. We've got Chris M, Grind Time, my brother from another mother. Second time I've said that as well. Autobot Phil, Leader One. We've got Jason Rowley, Charlie Plays. We've got Crush It 11, one of our mods as well. Thanks for coming in. We've got Gerrit Jan Zeggers. I got it right this time. On the last time, I got tongue twisting, which you missed. I love this. I actually had a big rundown at Arrow DJ Hart. I made a comment on his video, but I don't want to run through it all again and make this stream any longer than what it already has been for me. But yeah, go and check your comments out, Arrow DJ Hart, and make sure you go and check out Grind Times and the Arrow DJ Hart's channel, guys, and give them a subscribe. We've got Calvin stream. See, I see that stream start, and I was like, yeah, he's probably just catching up. We've got Dale in the chat, who's his. Oh man, honestly, I'm so embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we've got Dale in the chat as well. We've got Kelmeister. We've got Paul Taylor. I can't carry on. I'm so embarrassed, honestly. We've got who else? Who else? Who else? We've got Sharks it as well. Thanks for coming in, and Christian Cruz as well. And I think that is everyone. Cool. I'm not muted, am I? Yeah, I'm definitely not muted. Thank. Oh my. Don't do that to me, Matt. Do not do that to me. Oh my days. For a minute then I was like, please don't tell me I've gone through this again. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun talking to myself. Anyway, let's get on with the newsletter. So before we start the newsletter again, a bit of a sort of what's going on with the channel. Again, I need a drink, honestly. So we've got Dale coming on the stream again soon. We're going to do a an interview with Dale, and Basically, the normal interviews that we do, sort of asking about the progress with the game, how the game's been, where the game is going. And we've also got a new community manager coming on the channel, who we'll talk to as well and get a bit of a backstory about them and ask them, what they've been doing before Earth Wars. So that'll be fun to tune into. It's always good to have a bit of a chin wag, what we call in Britain, with Dale. So that'd be pretty cool. That is coming in about a couple of weeks, I think it is. And then obviously, we're going to do part 2 of our saga with Tex, where we rated every single special bot in the game. So if you've not seen that already, guys, go and check that out. It's a good video. We got Tex on the channel because I thought I don't want to just do it myself and give my own opinion. I want to get someone else's opinion on there as well. And I thought Tex is a knowledgeable guy, he's an advocate for the game, and I thought getting him on will, will help us, decide between us rather than just my opinion. So yeah, it's good to have Tex on as well. So yeah, we're going to be doing part 2 of that, maybe in part 3 together. But we're probably going to do it as video and then post it rather than a stream. Just as we're struggling for time between ourselves and struggling to sort of fit in a good schedule which suits you guys and suits us both. So that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks as well. And then obviously you've got all the normal exclusives that we do for Transformers Earthwars and all the usual content. But the only way that you can stay in touch with all this, guys, the only way that you can watch every single stream and never miss another one is by hitting that subscribe button, guys. That's the only way. So just all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing. I still get people asking me, going like, oh, why does it cost to subscribe? No, to be a member, yeah, that does cost. So thank you for Chris Lewis, who is a member. But no, to subscribe doesn't cost a penny, guys. It just gives you notification on when I'm live and I get more viewers. That is simply it, guys. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys, to never miss another stream. But as always, guys, if you've got any questions about the game, you're welcome to put them in the chat and I'll try and pick them up. If you put it in the chat and I miss it, you're welcome to repost it again. If you don't spam the chat, but a few minutes later, and I'll try and pick it up the best I can. But yeah, on to the newsletter. So we are on to week 6. And this weekend's event is a chance event with a bit of a difference. They've changed it slightly. We've got 100 unusual crystals. Now, the unusual crystals are not unusual. They've got pretty much the normal stuff in them. So, but they are called unusual crystals, but they're not unusual. And then we've got 65 total spark crystals, 40 premium combat chips, a G1 G metal core chip, 2 G metal core chips, and 10 gold core chips. So I'm I'm pretty, I like that. I like the cores. We'll talk about a base later on, and I just cashed in 90,000 Shaniks, I think it was. So yeah, I got some decent cores from that, and I'll show you what I got and explained, and then you can make your own mind up whether it's worth cashing in 90k Shaniks or not. You can learn by my, follow my lead or learn by my mistakes. So yeah, we'll talk about that later as well. This weekend's event is the normal battle zones, and the rewards are spread out throughout the event. It tends to be sort of like tiers where it goes into 2s, then goes to 5, and then it goes to 10. You can see there around the 490,000 mark, you get 10 event crystals. Then it goes to 2s again. Then at 760k, you get 10 again, and then at the million, you get another 10 crystals. So, yes, like I said, the new bots are Goldbug and Shattered Glass Shockwave. The only thing I'm a bit disappointed in is I presumed we were getting Shattered Glass Shockwave and we would get the cons for a change because they were the goodies. But sadly, we're not. We're getting Goldbug, which disappoints me, really. I would like to get some of the cons, but, but the cons don't want the bots, I think, from what I've heard. But yeah, Goldbug and Shattered Glass Shockwave coming to the game this weekend. We're probably going to do a stream, like I said, tomorrow to cover these bots. Just a short stream, maybe. And try them out so you can see them in all their glory. But they're looking good as it is at the minute. Just some last minute changes, like I said, but we'll talk about that shortly. The Cryo Shell. Launch a Cryo Shell that chills enemies in a straight line for a short time, reducing their speed by 70%. If a chilled enemy is destroyed, it deals heavy damage to nearby enemies. So yes, more information coming about that. We'll talk about that shortly as well. And then the big one is the game updates and information. And if you've not heard about these already, then where have you been, guys? This is huge. This is absolutely immense. So we started on this in October, I think it is. We started talking about these effects and we started balancing them. And basically, we were told that it was not getting scrapped but shelved. And we were quite disappointed, really, to be honest with you. And then, luckily enough, Dale come back, I think it was in January, and said, we're going to give it another go. We're going to go with it. And I was super pumped for it, super pleased, because the MDS now will control your whole base. So you will set your MDS up whichever way you like, and it will control how your defenses operate in a way. Now, I'd like to go to town with this. I'd like it to stack as well eventually, but we didn't have time really to do it on this iteration. But it's still a step in the right direction. So I'm super pumped about this. I think it's really, really good moving forwards, and can't wait to try these effects live. Cannot wait. The MDS is controlled only in hard mode only. So the MDS plasma cannon has Sharpticons that spawn on death, which is 4-star level 40 times 2. But it says from defenses, but these spawn from all buildings. If you have the laser gun setting, then defenses explode, just defenses, dealing 5 times their DPS upon death, which averages between 1,500 and 2,000 damage depending. And then if you have the minigun, the build bots have 50% ability resistance. So if you have some good build bots and you're tired of seeing them getting taken out, then that's a good option as well. And then we've obviously got 20% HP and 40% DPS on all defenses as usual. And then on top of that, just normal Prime League effects. So if you don't go hard mode, you'll still experience these effects. We have 50% extra HP to walls, 50% range for cannons, mortars, and laser turrets. And Billbots slow enemies down by 40% in a large radius. So yeah. Cannot wait to show you these effects, guys. Cannot wait to go through, and we'll talk about why we've got these effects in and why we've gone a bit harder maybe. And yeah, we'll talk about maybe the future of where that needs to go. Maybe from what I've spoke to Dale about, what I would like to see anyway. And yes, we've got a cool new newspaper, as you can see there. Very cool, showing the shattered glass bots. So we have Starscream at the top there. We have Soundwave. We have Megatron. We have Goldbug. We've got Blur. We've got Optimus. And there is actually Wheeljack, if you can't actually see that. So that'd be pretty cool. Now, because Shockwave's not a healer, does that mean Wheeljack will not be a healer? We'll have to wait and see. Then we've got Community Corner. We've got some cool drawings from Don Juan and Big Bicky. But yeah, but that's not a drawing. That's his toys on the beach. But it still looks pretty cool. It's still a good picture. Slade Prime sent his drawing in of. Is that? Hang on a minute. Is that Optimus Prime from the film? I hope not. I hope not. We don't like them bots on here. We don't like bay farmers. So yes, we are in week 6 of the saga. So yes, Lions Totalizer and new bots. So cool. A couple of bug fixes. I nearly swore then. A couple of bug fixes to go through. And the team has discovered that the default range attacks of the Titan was doing too much damage. Good example was on the HQ. So it wasn't taking that into consideration, I think. And we're pushing some fixes to the Shield Inspire ability. So yes, this stream is full of bloopers today. And yeah, so yeah, some cool things, really cool things coming. So, talking about the MDS. So, like I said, at the minute we have the 3 options. Obviously, like the MDS setting, you've got the So we've got the plasma cannon setting, we've got the laser gun setting, and the minigun setting. So this can obviously be changed in the game right now, but it doesn't control your base and what happens. Now, personally, I said, well, what happens if you pick two miniguns? So the minigun means BBs have 50% damage resistance. I said, if you have two miniguns, does that make it 100? That'd be a bit unfair, making it so that they can't be destroyed at all. So, that's not an option. But then, if we chose the plasma cannon, would it spit out four Shattercons? That'd be pretty cool. So maybe it depends on the effects. But yeah, personally, I'd like them to sort of stack. So at the minute, you have to pick two. So you can either pick plasma cannon and laser gun, plasma cannon and minigun, or laser gun and minigun. You've only got them three options because you can't double them up. But obviously, if we make it so they stack, you've got them three options, but then you've also got two plasmas, two lasers, and two miniguns, which means you've got six options. And I've always said that for me, the two big things in this game is that the new content should always be better than old content. The new bots that come out, the new combat should be better than or equal to at least older content, at least as relevant. And there should be a more choice in the game on how you defend and how you attack. And I think that we're going the right way in terms of bases, in terms of defenses, that we get to choose our own effects and things like that. But we're still seeing the same old teams, and we made a point of that in playtest where I sort of went through my top 20 bots that we see in wars. And then we worked out that there's 100 bots in the game, and only probably 20 of those actually used in war to a good amount. And yes, you can say that, yeah, well, people are going to choose the best bots and things like that, but it just seems that everyone's using the same bots pretty much nowadays and the same tactics, give or take at the top levels. And that's because a certain amount of bots, them certain 20 are massively overpowered, and then you have a good 30, 40 that are massively underpowered, and then 20 that are sort of on the cusp that could be useful, but not really. But those bots obviously need bringing up, and we talked about balance changing. We talked about other games that do these balance changes, and sadly, we've never done it in Earthwars. That's a big problem, is that we've never done it, and so we can't really do it now. It's hard to do that. But how it works in Clash Royale is they will look at the meta and go, well, this is a bit OP. So, for instance, this is not happening, guys. I'm just giving an example. So they could look and go, well, actually, Laser Optimus, Impactor, and Sea Spray are massively overpowered. So let's not change their ability, but let's increase their cost by one. So all of a sudden, it might be the cost increases by one, or the repeat cost increases by one if they're getting spammed. So it could be, let's increase Laser Optimus to start on 6 abilities points rather than 5, whatever it is that he starts on. Same with Impactor. Let's keep Sea Spray's first ability what it is, but increase the increase by one so that people can't use it as much. So when people are like, I ain't got it, but then you go like, okay, but we're going to reduce some of the costs of the other bots. So we're going to reduce Sunstreaker's cost by 2, maybe. And we're also going to decrease Grimlock's repeat use by 1. We're also going to I'm trying to think of some poor ones. Reduce Jazz's cost maybe as well. Increase Ultra Magnus's damage. So although these balance changes are sometimes bad for some bots, they're good for others. And I get that some people have said, yeah, but I've chased X bot and I use that bot. But yeah, fair enough. But that is sort of what happens in Clash Royale, and they balance it that way. And all the bots are, all the not bots, sorry, all the cards are sort of balanced in that way. But sadly, we've never done that in Earthwars, so it's a bit hard to sort of do that now. But I'd like to see something like that, especially with older bots and bringing them back into the meta again. And I think maybe instead of nerfing the new bots, they just need to raise their old bots up to their standard. I think that's maybe the way to go. So people are never losing out, but those that are invested in the other bots will benefit. So, but that's something we've got to discuss in playtests and something to, discuss with Dale and the Apes. But that's where I'd like to see it. But anyway, but yeah, cool. So let's have a look. So let's put a bit of music on. We've got sound effects. Yeah, we got music, but it's not on. There we go. Okay, so what have we got on? So let's put it on plasma first. So I've just put on 2 plasmas. You don't get any more benefit from having two plasmas. But what I want to do is, guys, I want to take each effect one by one and show you guys the benefit of each. So we're not sort of mixing the effects, but we can do some tests shortly. So let's just go into the game. Okay, Prime League and hard mode. So if you've got any questions about the MDS, try and put it in the chat, guys. Atari's asked if these war effects are tomorrow. No, I think they're coming with the new saga, so it should be next week. I think Dale said he was in the chat earlier. He'll be able to confirm maybe, but I'm hoping it is next week. Fingers crossed. Okay, so Plasma is the Sharkticons. So let's go with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Blaster first with his minions just to show you. Put a couple of healers, obviously, let's keep them alive. And then we'll drop Sea Spray behind. So you can see there's the two Sharkticons coming out. You can see. But then if we start doing this, so we'll do Sea Spray, and then it's a Shark Infestation coming. And you can see now there's no other shark mines around here. They're at the top of the base. But you can see all these mines, all these Sharkticons popping out. And there we go. And all of a sudden we've got sharks everywhere. So yeah, the dreaded Sharkticons are back. Pretty cool. Okay, let's change the effects. Let's switch them up to laser gun. So laser gun is defenses explode. Make sure we change them both. So defenses only explode doing their DPS times 5. Yeah. So again, prime loop, prime the card mode. Berserk, but the MDS is still strong at base level. It has permanent hard mode effects. Leader 1, I've actually not had it crash once on me, to be fair. So, yeah. Decent. So let's put Blaster's minions down. So we can see the, how much it impacts. So defense there. You can see there. Minions, probably quite, quarter of the health has gone, fifth of the health. So, yeah. No damage to buildings, just two defenses, guys. So watch for damage here. Pop up. So cannons do 1,800 damage, give or take. So yeah, you take out 1,500 damage every time you hit a defense. So yeah. Let's get through that wall a minute. Missed that then, but it does. So yeah, defenses do damage when they explode. And then lastly is the minigun. Now the only problem that I've found with this is that people prefer certain settings of the MDS. So if you prefer minigun, but you want Sharkticons, then you've got to pick Plasma Cannon. I'm not a big fan of the Plasma Cannon, but I am a fan of the Sharkticons. So I've got to choose Plasma Cannon, sadly. So not a fan of that. It might change base design, but it is what it is. So the build bot. So actually, I need to switch this over a minute. So let's put on Plasma Cannon for 1 minute just so I can show you this test. So Plasma Cannon. So base trial. Brown League hard mode. Because MDS still strong at base level as permanent hard mode, but yeah, it needed it. To be fair, the game did need to progress in terms of hardness. And I get that the MDS and build bots now are a huge focus, but you know, it works. Hopefully, we can add some more defense. The MDS and the build bots won't improve too much, but the other defenses will. And then, yeah. So checking out Sea Spray there. Sea Spray. Let's go through the build bot. And Sea Spray can comfortably take them build bots out. And then we'll put Bumblebee on this side. And then we'll cast Bumblebee next to them build bots. And the build bots are doing their damage. The ability is doing its damage on the build bots. And easily takes it out. There we go. Build bots down. So on any other setting, the build bots will work as normal. And to be honest with you, that's how I pretty much take the build bots out when I am on global at the minute, without the added HP from the MDS. So let's put on minigun. So this setting is more for people that will, you know, attack your base, and the first thing they do is look to remove your build bots with a ability of some kind. Okay, same test again. So we'll put Sea Spray over here. And then we'll go through the build bot. We'll put Bumblebee over here. Put that down. And you can see here that Sea Spray's ability has took about 2/3 off the build bot, but not destroyed it. The build bot is still intact. And then Bumblebee's ability over here. Same again. Just over half, I think it was, that I looked at. So yeah, just over half the ability damage, and the build bots are still intact. So yeah. So literally, like I said, so you've got the plasma doing the Sharkticons, the laser doing the defenses explode, doing DPS, and the minigun means build bots have the ability at resistance. So then you can pick two. So we can go with plasma cannon, which means we get Sharkticons. And then we can go with, like I said, exploding buildings. We can go with defending build bots. So, off that, guys, which would you choose? Which two would you choose out of Sharkticons, exploding buildings, and protecting your build bots? I'm interested to hear. So let me know in the chat or in the comments which two you're going to use when you you know, get this on your base next week if you're in Prime League or hard mode. And yeah, let me know. Then obviously the other effects we've got as part of that is 50% more HP to walls, 50% range for cannons, mortars, and turrets, and build bots slow in an area. I cannot remember; it's not that big an area, but it is quite big. The area that they slow in. We have tested, but I can't exactly say what the area is, but it's a decent sized area. And then the range of cannons and turrets. So if we So that is the cannon range there. So you see the cannon range just about reaches the walls there. The turrets are short of the walls, just sort of hits the outpost there. And mortars, let's find a mortar. So mortar there will just sort of reach the edge of the ally storage there. So if we go into a hard mode, we can see difference. So what have we got up to now? So Bricks Motions put sharks. Don't forget you can choose two. Silboat said sharks and exploding buildings. Alpha Trial says sharks as well. Bricks Motion and Billbots probably. Exploding buildings and sharks. Gerrit's put sharks. So everyone's saying sharks basically. Atari said he's going to protect his Billbots. So yeah. It'd be interesting if someone protects the Billbots with exploding buildings and doesn't do sharks. So looking now, the cannon range, so you can see there that the wall there was the range before, and now it's extended right to the launch pad. The turret, which went just to the edge, close to about, well, inside the walls and went to the edge of the outpost, now goes an extra 6 to 8 squares. And the mortars, all of a sudden now, instead of just going to the alloy storage there, go an extra, 8 squares, something like that, right? To, have a huge range. And that's only in Cindery. So I have got some mortars with target protocol, and you can see that that is a crazy, absolute crazy range. So yeah, target protocol on on mortars is going to be absolutely crazy indeed. What else have we got? So Chris Lewis has put sharks and exploding buildings. Um, Silverbolt's put unless BB gets 3 times health, I should be able to one-shot it still. With what bot though? Interesting to know. Yes, risky good point. Don't forget that, guys, that the MDS does not stack. You can't just have sharks and sharks. It won't give you double. You just get the one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, that we get different effects every single saga now on the MDS. And I'm hoping that we get to maybe stack them as well. I think they need to keep that in mind, that they want to keep these so that they stack. So we have more options. I think that's something maybe for not the next saga or the saga after. Silverbolt's put, he reckons he can one-shot it with Jetfire. It's touch and go. We'll try it, but it's touch and go. Mine's maxed there. I think 6511. Maybe just about. Maybe just about. But then you're using 4 ability points just to take the build bot out. Let's have a go. Does Jetfire take out? Have we got the right setting though? Let's have a look. We can test it like this, can't we? We can test it on Bumblebee first. If Bumblebee takes these out, that's the wrong setting. And where's Jetfire gone? Never mind. I'm not even putting him in. It'd help, obviously, if Jetfire was in my squad. That might help a bit to test him out. So we've got the minigun, which means build bots, yeah, do have ability resistance. So, base trials. It just means we've got to scout the base better even than we are doing now. So those guys sort of rush in and just hit the base without looking, then you might go a bit of a cropper. Okay. Moment of truth. Just for you, Silverbolt. Nope, it doesn't. Jetfire does not take out a Billbot. If it has anti-shield for me, it has to go first. Well, this is the question. What are you going to do if people start putting their shield gen up front? It's an interesting theory. With the Billbot. With anti-shielding. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? So force field disruptor there now. I mean, looking at this, testing the force field disruptor core next to a charged shield gem. My poll is put. I predict a lot of snowflakes on Facebook. Maybe, but we'll explain that as well. Why we've gone the way we have. Leader one's asked if I can do a 6511 rust dust test to see if it takes the build bots out. Yeah, I can. If I've got rust dust 6511. If not, it'll have to be something we'll do outside of the game. But now using Jetfire to take that out. Yeah, that's 2 abilities. Just take out a build bot next to the shield gem. So yeah. But yeah, you can say sort of like, why have we gone this way? Why have we gone to make the game harder? And it's one simple reason is that for a long time in the game, I've covered this already in depth. We expected perfection. We expected everyone to get 300, and we sadly need to get away from that. We need to get away from the fact that 300 is not the standard. 300 should be an achievement. So I was saying this to Dale that I'm currently on a 297 average against top 10 operation, top 10 um, other teams that we track. So there's still room to make it harder for the top guys. I know some people may say like, well, that's not fair for me because I'm not quite a top guy, and you're catering it for the 5%. End game should never quite be achievable. It should always be slightly out of reach. So is that carrot dangling? And currently, end game is very achievable for many players. And so the top players need somewhere to go. They need somewhere to go towards, and they don't currently. Whereas everyone else, sadly, does have a way to go. They can go downwards. Now, you can argue that maybe they should increase rewards for wars because they made it harder and people are dropping down. So maybe those that could compete in Cybertron and now drop down, they should get Cybertron rewards. And Cybertron rewards should be up to Prime League rewards. And that's a valid argument. But the argument can't be, oh, let's just keep it easy. Let's just keep it as it is. There needs to be some sort of progress to make things harder. But I do agree that maybe with that, they could increase the rewards of wars. But, you know, the game has to progress. HQ 18, uncapping bots, changes to base design. All these changes are very positive changes. And after having a sort of conversation with Dale, he's very excited about where the game is going. So I'm excited to, you know, to hear from him, you know, and hear from the apes what they've got planned. So yeah. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna do some war attacks. So let's do this. So you can see from the leaderboard here, so you can see that we have some top players that are even struggling against some top bases. So we'll give it a go. So we're gonna take Jetfire out. There's no point. We're gonna have Blades in. Yes, we are. Um, we're gonna take Rhinox out, I think. Um, and I might even put, yes, there is Goldbuck there. Yeah, there's Goldbuck there. And I think I might put Laser Optimus in. What level is he though? 51? No, that's not happening. I think we'll have to put Rhinox in, won't we? I think we'll have to. I wanted to take a tank out and maybe put someone ranged in, but I think I'm a bit in two minds here who to put in. I might put Red Alert in actually. Yeah, that's what level is he first? Hang on. Nope, he's not going in either. Should we put tracks in there even? See, this is the point here. I'm already thinking, who should I put in? Should I change it? Should I put Smokescreen in? Just change my team up. I'm gonna take tracks in there, I think. Yeah, who we got? Let's check the war team, make sure we've got the right people on. Top Shot and Primer, obviously. Bumblebee's got Flak and Liajon. Sea Spray should have obviously Sport and his VM. Rook, Micronus, and Stripes. Yeah, I do like Shield actually on Rook. It does keep him back a bit, so be wary of that, but it is very good. Taraxodon on there, and yeah, I've got Alpha Trion on. We've got Rung on there, and we've got Rung on Wheeljack. Yeah, that's Liz Optimus. That's not Wheeljack. Where's Wheeljack? Yeah, we got Rung on him. And the last thing to check is on Blades. We've got Alpha Trion. Yeah, and we've got 5-star Top Shot. It's good to go. Okay, let's take a Mega Supreme and do it. Let's have a look. Definitely Slash. No. Show us that gold bug. I see it hiding. I'm not hiding anything. I've told you I've got gold bug, but yeah. Berserk. No, we're not showing the new bots today, so they're not quite ready yet. Laser Claws put, I think they're making the game too hard for so many middle players, causing them to quit. Yeah, I think that's an issue that we have sort of talked about, that we need to make it the hard mode in Cyber maybe a bit easier. We have spoken to Dale about it. They are aware of it, and we'll see how it goes. So The MDS, we have no way of knowing what it's currently set on. But obviously it's either exploding buildings, sharks, or it's build bot protection. So force field disruptor, zone heal, lightning rod, and zone heal. So once we took this out, we can use tracks. So we'll hit it with sea spray and we'll see how we go. But yeah, let's go from there. Let's hit this section here with sea spray. We'll pop this outpost here with then we're going to do a bit of healing, and let's just see if it takes this build bot out. Yep, the build bot is down, so it looks like he's got sharks and exploding buildings. So we need to be a bit wary and maybe take them out from distance. So we're going to go from distance. So let's add a bit of a smoke now. Keep him alive. So this section out here. And then we're going to add these that way. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and pop these top outposts if we can. Maybe we can pop this one as well. We'll go from there. We'll try and path them away from this now. I need to path these away. We can use a Titan Beam as well before we lose. Let's take out this plasma. And then down. Well, I think B's going to pop this one here, I think. Yeah, he is, yeah. Told you. But now, I'm thinking, and the bots are split, but we can do this. And hopefully that'll kill the build bots. Boom! Titan Beam! But now we've got a big problem with sharks. But you know what my favourite is? My favourite way to get rid of these sharks is with a bit of blades action. Watch this. They've already gone, but trust me. Blades works wonders against these sharks. Really well. Let's just get rid of these sharks actually with a I'm going to try and use a show you get rid of these sharks here. Watch. There we go. Sharks gone. So blades has got a really good use in this current meta, which is pretty decent. Let's get rid of this shield gen and get rid of this there we go. Throw the minions over there a minute. And base down. Whoo! Titan Beam for the win, as Silverbolt's put. So base one. That was an awful attack though. That went terribly wrong. Let's have a look at base two. We didn't even scout that base with her. Berserk says the MDS has been nerfed. The MDS will not get nerfed. I will guarantee that, guys. So at least on the scouting here we can see. So it's got Plasma, which is the Sharkticons. And then we've got... is that laser gun? That's the laser, which is defenses explode. So we've got the defenses explode. So the build bots can be taken out. And then let's have a look what we've got build bots wise. So where are the build bots? We've got anti-hack and healing at the top. We've got one down the bottom, which is anti-shielding, which you can take out. And then we've also got anti-shielding. And so we can hack the bottom section. So we can hack this section here with blades. We can hack this section here with blades. So I don't want to walk up the middle though, because I mean they'll go over here and go over here. So I want to stick to one side. So I may start here, hack this side here with blades, get rid of it. Yeah, they're not anti-air, so that's good. We don't want to, yeah, we don't want to hack this side because we've got the anti-air. So we've got Death Pulse there to where we are. So we can hack this side here. We can walk this side here. I may even take this out with Jetfire. So I might take Jetfire with me for value. Take this out with Jetfire. Maybe is because will they walk around though? I don't know. But yeah. I want to walk up this side. I want to take this section out and take this out with a Mega Supreme, and maybe even use Sea Spray to do some damage to this area here. And yeah, and then walk through, and then we just need to get rid of this section here. I'm going to take Rhinox with me so I can rush behind the HQ because there's a lot of build blocks behind the HQ and a lot of defenses. So we are going to take Jetfire this time instead of Bumblebee, maybe. And we are going to take Rhinox this time instead of... so we're going to change our war team up. And this is the idea, that you will look at every single base and change your team up and go like, yeah, I can utilize different bots. So my team still stays there. You know, my staple team of Rook, Blaster, Sea Spray, Wheeljack and Ratchet. Probably Blades as well. They will stay there regardless. But then the other two are interchangeable. Sometimes, you know, it depends on the bot. Servboss asked, will killing the sharks pop Quinter sharks? Don't know. William Wilkinson, have I got Rotorstorm? Obviously on test account I have, but not on my normal account. Well, I don't actually. I might not have him on test account anymore because we've had it reset. But yeah. So we're gonna try and stay out of range. Actually, this combine. I don't think it's possible, but we'll try. So we'll try by dropping Sea Spray first, and then doing a bit of Sea Spray action first. And then we can hack this section here as well. We'll try and drag the bats up a bit. Oh, we've just about set it off. Something set it off anyway. We can see there, we've pathed that quite well there. Can we reach that top? So here's a good thing as well. If you put Rocks Hollow down and then drop your combiner, it explodes doing damage. So a little tip for you there, guys, that drop combiner, it automatically drops it and destroys it. So I want to get rid of this MDS. I'm going to use a Titan for this MDS to get rid of it. That means the MDS should be gone then. Get rid of these defenses here. Maybe even take out a launcher, which would be good value as well. Got some great value from that actually. And then great value. Let's get rid of them sharks. See you later, sharks. We're gonna put that outpost, sadly, but we need to keep some ability points back now for this take this top section out. Oh, we've got Sea Spray here actually. I need to take this out with Sea Spray. So actually it's actually worked alright that it's worked this way here. So Sea Spray can take this section out. It's actually really worked well for me that actually. But then Rhinox, get rid of the sharks there. And then we'll put him down there like that to get rid of that. And then we'll go across the HQ just to get rid of that. That's all the build bots gone. Now it's just waiting for the tower to go and base down. Risk is put most players don't have the luxury of lots of high level war bots. You can drop down then, sadly. I don't like this sort of attitude that, I don't have top bots, but I should still be able to compete at whatever level. Sadly, we all have a level we can compete at. And we just have to choose that, sadly. And I know that people don't like dropping down for less rewards, but that's where we can fight for better rewards. But it's not a good excuse for sort of stalling the game and kind of preventing top players from actually progressing and enjoying the game and having somewhere to grow to. They still have to grow too, and want new content. If better content comes out, they'll desire that content and progress. So, it is what it is. I understand it, but I risk just put you can't grow if you have to keep moving down. Well, then you need to level your bots faster, then sadly. And then the argument can be that, well, I don't want to spend. Well, then sadly, it's one of those games you got to spend on, sadly. Okay, anyway. So we've got anti-shield in there. We've got two healing build bots at the top. We've got an anti-hack at the top. Anything else down low? I'm missing one build bot. Where is it? There he is behind there. It's an anti-shield. So this bottom section here can be hacked. Now, having cannons at the bottom section like this is an absolute dream for blades. Absolute dream. So, yeah, we're gonna hack the hell out of this section here. Maybe put sea spray through, and then hack it. I probably could rush around the side, but I'm not a fan of rushing. I prefer taking it head on. But yeah. That's what Phil's put. It sucks that what level we can compete at is decided mostly by how much we pay. Well, no, listen, there is some guys that are free to play that compete at a very good level. Don't get me wrong, but obviously it is a kind of a pay to win. A pay to win thing, guys. A pay to win game. And Risk is put it's a spark issue. Well, then you could buy bundles, I suppose, but the more bundles you buy, the more spark you get. I know, listen, I understand it, guys. I'm not saying it's right the way it is, but I'm saying that is the way it is, sadly. And that is the game. And it is getting better. Trust me, when I used to level bots back in the day, it is 10 times better than what it used to be. There's so much opportunity now, especially with Golden Lagooning. And I'd recommend, listen, even just $40, make sure you're Golden Lagooning, guys. You can get a war team up very, very quickly to a very good level. And I'd say for what? $100, you can level a whole team up to level 61. A whole team, whole 8 bots from 50 to 60 with $100 easily. So, it is doable. It'll take time, don't get me wrong, it'll take an event and then take, what, 8 to 10 weeks to get them through the lab, maybe longer. But it is doable, but sadly, without them $100, you're just gonna. Don't get me wrong as well. Don't forget, we have got the battle pass coming, which will help as well. So, there are ways to do this. So, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go sea spray and hack, and then we're gonna pop this with blaster, pop this with rook, and then we're gonna literally just walk it. I think we're gonna struggle taking these out. That's why Jetfire's there to take this out and take that one out. It is slowed on photons, so we might actually have to take this out with combiner somehow. I don't know. The good placement on the MDS, that right up near the HQ. That's what you want them. You don't want them at the front, guys. Very easy to take out. So yeah. Okay, here we go. So let's pop this outpost first with blasters minions. Then we can go through there and then hack it as well. There we go. So we're going to use a heal bot there because that mortar is killing us. And then if Rook walks around there, we can put this outpost over here. Put sea spray through all that there. Another heal bomb to keep them alive. Use Jetfire there to take that out. I need to pop that combiner very quickly. And it's not popped. No combiner active. That's interesting. So take this section out. That's worked pretty well there. Gonna take this section out here because I need to kill Chuticon. Cool, there we go. And then we need to take this MDS out if we can. Just take that out. That's cool. That's alright. That's alright. Okay. That's so good. We can pop them outposts with Rook. But we're a bit low on ability points now, so you know, we're a bit in dangerous territory here now. I could do with a blade hack right now. There we go. And I could do with a Rhinox thing right now. I could do with using Rhinox right now. Hopefully, Titan for the win. Yep, and then we've got Rhinox up there to get behind the HQ. We've lost Rook, but that's okay. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's hack him. Let's get rid of him. And his sharks are there as well. Let's get rid of these sharks as well. So we need some AoE damage to get rid of them sharks because they do mount up quite quickly. And base down. Whew. I need 10 million spark for my 5 stars. 10 million. Wow. Yeah, I've got to remember though, guys, is that I have been playing this game at the top level for 7 years, is it? I think. I do agree we need something else in the lab though. Yeah, that's a good point, Berserk, yeah. Leveling bots to 40 in 3 battles, yeah. And you also have the 1 million XP items from Zen. Yeah, if you want to use it, yeah. Okay, very clustered base. So I could probably rush this to be fair, but we don't rush bases, do we? So we're just literally gonna sea spray spam this. We literally are gonna do that. Self-repair, self-repair, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem, but hey. I'll try and hit it right in the middle of these two. Is there anti-hack build bots? I don't think there is. Oh my days, please tell me there's anti-hack build bots on there. I don't think there is, you know. Which is a problem for him because... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm dying. Press that combiner. Send that up there. Cool, that section's out now. Cool. Okay, heal bomb. Let's do this. Choose rock up there. Where's sea spray? Choose sea spray right through it. Let's try and get right through, guys. Come right, let's get a bit closer there. Get right a bit closer. Yeah, I can rush right up through there. You can take that out. Oh, it's died. Never mind. Let's rush right up through to get the shield gen out of the way. I'll get rid of these sharks. Get rid of these sharks. Get rid of Soundwave. See you later. Let's throw some, yeah, we're down. It's caused a bad split, but no hack cores. So you see there, you know, if you don't have hack cores, you can use a different bot instead. You can see that every sort of attack I've used a different bot in a different way. Let's tackle the base. Yeah. Fixed Motions put, I'm HQ15, played for 2,000 days. Why am I so behind people at HQ17 and play 600 days? Money, sadly. Yeah. Penny last they should allow you to buy 5-star shot. It's endgame content, so sadly they won't let you. Christian Cruz, 10 million spark, equivalent to 10 years of playing for mortal persons. He's saying I'm immortal? That's a good point, Action Whale. If you could buy 5-stars, that'd give the top players even more advantage. That is a very good point. Very good point. So do this war attack and we'll talk about the new bot. Thanks for coming in on Matt Poley. Thanks for tuning in. So we've got anti-hack there. We've got healing. We've got anti-shielding. And then we've got anti-shielding and anti-heal. So that's a good setup, to be honest with you. Is you know, anti-hack right in the middle. And then force field disruptor and a zone heal. But yeah, putting your anti-hack in the middle. I'd personally put it up here. I'd put it a bit higher. But your force field disruptors are down low. Back in 1 second. Go let dog out. Go on in. Don't look at me like that. Just go. Asking to go out and looking at me, thinking, "Why have you opened the door for me?" Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All the bases, all the defenses sort of spaced out a bit, so that makes it a bit harder for sea spray, but it's good for pathing because you can sort of take this section out with sea spray and they walk around. So yeah, we can change this up. And, yeah. So let's go with that. So we can pop that outpost first, drop the minions down, and then do sea spray, sea spray, sea spray, sea spray. There we go. That's our pathing done. I'm going to use sea spray over there again. So there's a... Could not open that up as well, that outpost as well. Let the hack just sit in. So we don't get caught with it. Then we can take that out. Hit Tripticon with that beam. There we go. And then we can hit this mortar there. Will we reach it? I don't think we will. Oh, a bit short. Let's take that beam laser out. see there, doing loads of damage. Let's hack that at the back there. Take out the shield gen. It's only sound waves, not too bad. Let's try and take him out. ASAP. Cover ourselves with minions. I'm going to do a quick heal bomb there, urgently. Keep them alive, and then it should be base down. Cool! 300. Whew. That was intense. So yeah, listen, 300s are still possible, guys. But yeah. Yeah. Still hard, nevertheless. I've dropped a few points here and there, but yeah, a good test. You've got to really look at the build bots and really look at the effects and what's coming out. But yeah, I like it. Bricks Motion. The first rule of Transformers Earthwars Club is you never ask someone what they spent. First rule of Transformers Earthwars Club. You don't want to know. But yeah, I can imagine it's a lot. Berserk's put Wozza, would you agree that you should be able to target the enemy Titan with bots if it beats your Titan? Yeah, but for the amount of help it's got, it wouldn't be worthwhile because your Titan has 95,000 health, so you'd have to hit like 20,000 health, maybe to hit the 15,000 health. But I'm not too sure. Maybe, maybe not. But on to the new, well, dead quick, I want to talk about something else first. So, the other obviously part of this that I want to talk about was the HP to walls. Now, when this first came out, I said to Dale, like, I'm super pumped about walls having extra HP. But then the big problem of that is that when we actually tested it, the 50% extra HP to walls actually didn't do much to it. It didn't actually really make it much harder. So I started creating time traps, which is a bit what this base is about here. I've tried a few things. And the walls made a bit of a difference. But not much. The 50% to walls doesn't do much. And I said to Dale that the problem is that walls are irrelevant pretty much right now. And then you make him more relevant somehow. And so he's promised me that in the future they'll look at walls and making walls more relevant in some of the effects maybe. But I think they need to be 100% more health. I mean, at the minute, walls have 24,000 health. They need to be 50,000. Honestly, guys, this 50% extra HP to walls is hardly noticeable. And I'm expecting people to do time traps because they expect that that will make a difference. But sadly, it doesn't that much. So don't get stuck on time traps too much. They're a bit better against tanks. They do stop tanks a lot easier, but not against Top Shot. So I'm not really happy about the walls. I said to Dale there should be 75% in these effects, maybe even 100%. But he's going to wait until the next effects or future effects anyway. But I'm glad they're going to get looked at because right now walls are pretty irrelevant into the base design because they're used for pathing because they can't do anything to stop bots. So something needs addressing there. So I'm looking forward to that. And onto the new bots. So, I'm sure that Dale won't really appreciate me saying this and Nate's won't, but it is the truth. So, normally, we will get the bots about 10 days in advance. And personally, I don't think that's enough. 10 days is not enough. Now, 10 days would be enough if we got the bot, we gave feedback for a day, and we got a new iteration where they make some changes, and that was the case. But sadly, what normally happens is they give us the bot, we do about 4 or 5 days of testing, and then we get one iteration, then we do 2 more days of testing, and then it's like, right, it's ready to go. So we don't have enough iterations really of the bot, and it tends to swing, and that's why with these new bots, sometimes they're not as good as they could be, and it's not for the want of playtesters most of the time, it's from lack of time. It's like a bit of a schedule. And I know they have had problems, Space Ape, in terms of recruitment. I know they've had some problems behind the scenes. But for me, it needs to be a lot sooner. And Dale said, well, sometimes we're waiting on artwork and things like that. I said, listen, I can test a bot that's a black blob. I don't care to look what the bot looks like. I want to see the ability. I want to see its DPS, its stats. And I'll tell you, you could literally send me a picture going, this is the bot. This is what it does. This is the damage it does. This is its range. And I'll give you a good idea on what I think of that straight away. Then obviously it depends on how much range it's got and stuff like that. But we just need the bot sooner, sadly. So literally we got this bot on Monday, which is cutting it fine, considering we've got 4 days to get it balanced, or 3.5 even. But luckily enough, this bot was actually amazing out of the box. Absolutely amazing. So it does shoot like Warpath in a line, but the question is how far that should go. And I know everyone in the chat is going to go, yeah, it should go as far as Warpath. So my testing, how that sort of started, was I tried the bot and I tried the ability and I tried it with a jet, and it didn't work that good. I was like, yeah, it's not that good really. And people said, oh, this bot's amazing, I love it. And I was like, well, I don't see what is so good. I don't see what's so good about it. I thought I'll try it with Warpath. So I tried it with Warpath, and it was pretty good. It did a whole line and destroyed pretty much a big line in the base. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I thought, I wonder what it'd do with Sea Spray. And so I tested with Sea Spray, and literally I did the new bots. I did Gold Bug ability, and then Sea Spray. I did Gold Bug ability, and then Sea Spray, and Gold Bug ability, and Sea Spray, and most of the base was gone. And we were a bit like, well, it's a bit too much. And so what we said was, listen, we love the ability, we love how it works, everything, but it's a bit spammy, especially with Sea Spray. And so the point, one argument was that, well, what if you haven't got Sea Spray? What if you haven't got Warpath? This can be, it's not that good a bot. But sadly, we do have Sea Spray in the game, and a lot of people have chased Sea Spray because it's so good, and a lot of people have Warpath because he is so good and leveled in for that reason. And we can't sort of balance things on, well, let's ignore these two bots that are massively powerful with this ability because the other ones aren't. You've got to balance it around them, sadly. And so the idea was to increase the cost. So I said 5 plus 4 is around probably right, maybe 5 plus 3. And that's the cost we're looking at. And the reason for that is that the first ability is devastating, but you don't want to be able to spam it. You want to be able to use it once or twice to good effect, but then the idea is that you're then lacking in points. And that's one of the thoughts about Goldfire, is that when you use Goldfire's 4 abilities or 3 abilities, you popped all the outposts, but then you gained ability points back. And they try and sort of restrict it so you didn't, but that didn't help. Still, it was still overpowered. But with this, you were sort of doing huge damage, getting loads of ability points back, and then being able to sort of spam it a bit much. So we did see an increase in cost with best rather than ruin the ability. And I think that most of the testers were sort of happy with that. Most testers said, well, some weren't, some were, but I'd take that. I'd take them increasing the cost so it can't spam it, not increasing the initial cost, but the repeat cost, than actually changing the ability. And we were all set to go this morning. We were ready to stream it, and Dale said I can stream it, and I was talking about, please can we wait from sharing videos from all the testers until after the stream tomorrow, so the content creators can get their chance to show the bots and all this. And then all of a sudden, Dale came into the chat and said he spoke to Yanis, and the range is getting reduced, which I wasn't happy about. And I get why, though, because I didn't think of this if I haven't tested, but you could use Warpath and you could use Goldbug to hit around the HQ, take all the defenses out around the HQ, and then send Cup and Springer to the back. And it's a valid point, to be fair, it is a valid point. But my big thing is that it was left until literally about 4 or 5 hours ago. The day before the bot is released to the public and shown. And that, for me, is inexcusable. We should not be waiting till last minute to fix these bots. This bot should be done by Monday. It should be gone. And we should be looking at the next bot. It should be ready for the week. No rush. It is done. I understand that the apes have time schedules. I understand that they are relying on other things. But this has been going on for 2 years now. It really has been going on that long, where testers have said we need more time. They increased the schedule to 6 weeks to give them more time. That was why the schedule was increased to 5 or 6 weeks in the first place. And they've still not got more time. So I don't know what to suggest. And Dale said he'll talk to the team about it. But I'm confident that if anything's going to happen about it, then Dale will sort it. If anyone can, because I do really like Dale. And don't get me wrong, I do like the apes, but and I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But for me, it's so frustrating that we get the bots with so little time. We've got testers there that we are giving our free time to test these bots to make the game better, and we're doing it with one hand tied behind our back from a literally a time perspective. So I'm not happy that they are going to reduce the range, but I understand it. But I'm more annoyed about the timing, which means that I can't do this in my stream. I can't show the bot because I don't want to show you guys a bot. And then you go, oh, yeah, that's amazing. And you go and chase that bot or buy a bundle for that bot. And you come watch my video thinking, yeah, because that's what the bot does. And then when you get the bot, you're like, that's not even what happens. I wanted that bot because it did this. And I can see it happening in my war team and working well. And it doesn't even do that. So I can't show the bot, guys. I physically cannot show that bot, consciously show that bot, and leave that up and running, that stream. I'm not obviously going to delete the stream because of that. So I will try and get on tomorrow, and I'll try and do my take on the bot. But even now, it was frustrating as well because Dale came in the chat and said, "What do you guys think about the range reduction?" And I came in play test, and I've been working all day. I've literally done a long day. I've been a long week. I normally have Wednesdays off, but I've worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday straight through. And I thought I've come home and my tea was ready. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to eat my tea. I'm not going to do anything. I'm literally going to go straight into the game. I'm going to try and get this bot sorted for tonight, maybe, and give my feedback. And came on, and it wasn't changed. As I say, like mine's still the same. Have you reduced the range slightly, or just slightly something? It's like, oh no, it's not live in the server yet. And I'm like, well, how can I give feedback on the range if I agree with it or not, if I can't even see the range? That's the big problem. So yeah, we're still waiting until tomorrow. The testing will still be going on tomorrow morning. When in tomorrow's stream, it will be showing. So we'll have about 8 hours tomorrow to finish this bot off. And it's a shame that it was so good. And I'm hoping it'll still be good. But transfer, if the range is reduced, how much will depend on and then the cost. And I'm hoping this bot is still good because we're fighting for it to be good. It was a bit too good. And typically, as we've seen before, then the apes get hold of it and take it totally the other way, to the point where it's a bit irrelevant on the cautious side. I kind of get it. I understand their logic. I understand it. It's the timing for me. It's the timing of it. So we'll have to wait and see. Actually, Wells put is disappointed about the range. I think it'll still be useful with the likes of Octopunch and but not Skull Smasher. I think that's the point, is that Skull Smasher's range is infinite and Goldbug's was infinite, and you could take out anywhere on the base, including around the HQ. If you have a split base like this, then you would be able to take out all this section of the base pretty much and just take Cup and Springer to the back. And it's a bit game breaking, really. Yeah. And Grandtan's put, wait, you eat your tea? Tea for us is, yeah, I'm not even going to explain it, but dinner. But yeah, we eat our tea. We have breakfast, dinner around lunchtime, or whatever you, 11s is whatever you call it, dinner, and then tea and supper. That's the 4 meals. So supper's late at night, breakfast, dinner, tea, supper. But anyway, I'm not going on about that American rubbish, but yeah. Fireflies put they need more staff. Well, they have took more staff on, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm hoping that will help a lot. I do. Yeah, Berserk's put the Crest is right. Give the taste of the bot. Test the bot on paper as soon as the saga begins. Then a wireframe, no art required. Exactly. Yeah. Even we had the descriptions going. This is what we're suggesting. This is it, and it gives us a good idea what we can do. Then we can say like, oh, actually, I don't like not too keen on this ability, and can we change this straight away and give them a bit of a heads up. But yeah. Is there a general check-in with playtest about tweaking other bots? Yes. Yeah, it's a constant discussion. We talk everything about the game. Every single thing you can think of, we talk about. Whether it's drop rates, whether it's base design, whether it's events, whether it's bots that need improvement, bots that are overpowered. Yeah, we talk about everything in playtest and we give our feedback forwards, but the apes have a roadmap and the apes have an idea on what they want to do with the game, what and time limitations as well, and they will sadly decide that. So yeah, it's down to them sadly. And I don't want to be all doom and gloom because this bot was really good, but I'm just a bit cautious now. Yeah, what they've done to it. If it's still got sea spray's range, then I'd be quite happy with it. With the increased cost, I'd say 5+4 because it is that powerful. If it's 5+4 with the same range as sea spray, I'll be quite happy still. I'd still say I want this bot. If it's less range than sea spray, I can't see it being, but if it is, then maybe not. It all depends on that range. Yeah. Yeah, Berserk's put they should make different combos. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, I mean they've got enough on the plate already, but yeah, from talking to Dale, he said he's very suited about the game, what's coming, and about Wars, is that update? They're still working on that update. The Battle Pass is coming, hopefully in a week or two. We're getting that today. Or tomorrow even, we're getting that Battle Pass to test. So, you know, we've got plenty of things to be testing, plenty of things coming. There is some good things coming to the game. We just need to, again, I've been fighting again for bots to be made better than what they were before. And like I said, and for more choice. And that's what I'll always fight for. So yeah. So like I said, we'll probably do a stream tomorrow showcasing the new bot if it is ready. So make sure you tune in for that. But the only way you'll know what time I'm doing it, because I don't even know myself yet, is by hitting that subscribe button, guys. That's the only way you will know. But yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all my members as well for being members. Thank you for being members. And don't forget that at the end of this month, we will be doing a giveaway for a $30 gift card to all our premium members. So I think the only premium member that's not won it is Grind Time. I think the biggest donator, and he hasn't won it yet. I think I know SG Soundwave has, I know Chris Lewis has, and Righteous has as well. And I think even is Luke won it as well. I think. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, don't forget, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that like button before you leave. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow if you tune in. And if not, like I said, we've got plenty of things coming to the channel. We've got text coming on, and we're going to be covering some more class of bots in rating every single bot in the game. That is the idea. And like I said, we've got an interview with Dale coming up and the new community manager. We've got some hopeful for some base rinse in a game at grind time, and yeah, some other things hopeful to come in the future as well. So yeah, big thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'll be in the Space Ape stream tomorrow. I might even stay up for NJ High stream, which is soon after this if I can. So I might see you there. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and peace out, guys.